Welcome everybody to the 100-Year Lifestyle, and we have a great friend, guest, chiropractor who, I don't know, how many years, Dr. Darrell Voschke from the great state of Virginia? How many years were you together?
6 years.
6 years. Wow.
Yep.
And you look 6 years younger. How could you be 6 years older? How does that possibly happen?
The lighting.
The light.
The lighting.
So listen, we talk a lot. People talk a lot about the growth, the freedom, the profit, the fun, the simplicity. We hear it all the time from our people. People talk about it all the time about the difference that the branding, the messaging, the entire system of 100-Year Lifestyle has on people's lives, on doctors' lives. What's your perspective?
I mean, it has changed my practice, and it was not a light switch by any stretch of the imagination. I joined about 6 years ago. My daughter just turned 2, and I was just barely dipping my toes in. I mean, probably asking the same questions over and over again. And those answers started to sink in. The consistency started to sink in. And then right around when the whole coronavirus craziness started, our office exploded. And I think it was just laying that foundation. Our office grew every single year, but the accelerator button got smashed down.
Yeah, well, you had that message anchored into everything you were doing. And it was, what's interesting is that you didn't change your technique. You didn't change how you were being a chiropractor. I think that's what a lot is so exciting for people. That they'll say, a lot of doctors, but they don't understand. So am I going to have to change my technique? Am I going to have to? And the answer is no. What it's going to do is it's going to give you the freedom to do more of what you love and to spend more time with your family and simplify everything. Is that what you found?
Yeah. And I just talked to our office manager. She was doing the most mundane busy work because our office was slow. And again, everybody's numbers are different, but we had just come off a stretch we saw 300 visits a week for 9 straight weeks, which is an all-time record. And we called the next week slow, and we only saw 293. And we thought it was slow because we just have systems that allows us not to rush people through. We're just not wasting time on things that don't matter. So we can give better quality of care in an easier way. And we both were kind of laughing like, this is ridiculous that we're complaining that we're slow. And it's just because we have the systems in place that were started to be built 6 years ago and have just blossomed into what they are.
Yeah. And you say over 300 visits a week, 9 weeks in a row, and you have 12 staff?
I have one
staff. So it's one doctor and one CA. That's the level of simplicity. We were talking about how your percentage overhead it used to be much higher, and now it's around 23% or something crazy number,
23%.
That's your percentage overhead.
Yeah.
And you know what is interesting through all of that? Do you find that you're giving better care or worse care? Are you spending more time with your family or less time with your family? Are you more financially abundant or less financially abundant?
Family time really is the same because I set the office hours for what they are. And I've told people we will just grow into what our office can do. Abundance wise, through the roof. I mean, our accountant, we were met with him at the end of last year, and he's like, we need to meet sooner if you have another year like this, because we were not prepared to see the number. We had our head down and we just kept plowing forward. And I think my patient care has actually gotten better because I'm more concise. I'm actually not spending more time with them, but I'm more confident in delivering them what they need to hear, but with better empathy and giving people space to make choices. And it's not my job for them to choose. So I don't have that burden on me anymore.
That's huge what you just said. And the other thing is that I think is important is that how does it change your practice to give, like we talk about all the time, when you put the 100-Year Lifestyle out front, it's on your website, it's hanging on your walls, it's on your folders that you're giving out to people, all this stuff, the newsletters and all that. You give the bigger vision up front and let them choose. How different is that than just talking about their problem and then trying to sell them on something bigger down the road? How different is that? And why is that an important shift?
Well, I think it's so tired. You don't realize how tiring it is trying to, in essence, sell somebody over and over again versus coming from a place of, I care about you, but I'm here if you want what I have. And I think it allows me to have more energy to really put it into the patients that come in versus the ones that I don't want to do what I have. And I don't think I understand the breadth of what the 100-year lifestyle really did, seeing it on posters, because people wouldn't just say, "Oh, I want the 100-year lifestyle," but they start saying words. And next thing you know, I handed a guy a book and he brought his 2 kids in, all because I think it's all connected. And that book just tipped it over the scale. It's a $10 book I gave him, and his kids and himself and wife been under care now for 8 months, which probably would not have happened 4 years ago, even though I was in a 100-year lifestyle, because I didn't have the simplicity yet.
Well, it's but even if you don't have it all, right?
No, I'm far from
it's a
out.
journey, and the journey brings growth, and then but it does, all of a sudden you hit this critical mass, and we're seeing this in so many places. We have so many people that have been doing this for a long time, and all of a sudden, bam, just that last, it's like titration. We talk about drop, 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 nothing happens, drop, 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 one last drop, everything changes. You see little changes, good changes, little changes, good changes, and then bam, it just kind of kicks in. And so, well, I'm excited for you. I'm excited for your community. I'm proud of you for your commitment, your trust, your dedication. All of that is really meaningful. And so, closing thoughts for anybody that might be watching this that is a solo act in the world, doing their own thing, that may be considering becoming a part of the 100-Year Lifestyle Network of chiropractors.
I mean, I would do it looking back. I mean, I did it when I was ready. Like I actually listened to you on a podcast 2 years before I even joined. But as a solo doc, I mean, I still take vacations. I take off once a month if we don't travel, just because to be with my kids. And our practice actually doesn't skip a beat. My streak of 300 visits a week, we had days that we were closed. We had 4-day weeks. I think we might even had a 3-day week, and we still saw this ridiculous volume because we have systems in place. So it allows me to be with my family and not worry about like, oh, this trip's going to cost us money, not physical, but we're losing money by not being in the office. Like, no, the people will be there on Tuesday when I come in because we're closed on Monday.
Yeah, so cool. And the number one system is you have a practice filled with lifetime patients that are living their ideal 100-year lifestyle, that are doing it for themselves, and you're their leader. And you're doing a great job leading them, my friend. So,
well, thank you.
Thank you so much for being a part of our world. We're grateful for you, and we'll see you soon. Talk to you soon, my friend. Love and appreciate you.
Thank you, Doc. I appreciate it.
All right, don't wait, everybody. Come on now. He waited 2 years. Jump on board. It'll make a difference. You'll be glad you did. All right, take care.
Thank you.